Wild boars are not just an agricultural nuisance in the United States. They are an escalating menace in Australia. For farmers across the continent, these invasive giants have become public enemy number one. Despite relentless countermeasures, massive iron traps, aggressive culling, and even armed hunts, the population of wild boars continues to rise day after day. Today, we step into the front lines to see how Australians are fighting back against this relentless invasion. Feral pigs first set foot in Australia over 2 centuries ago, imported from Europe as livestock. But many escaped into the wilderness, where they thrived. With astonishing reproductive power, a single female can produce 2 litters annually, each averaging between 5 and 10 piglets. The result? Tens of millions of wild boars now roam freely across Australia. The densest populations are concentrated in Queensland, New South Wales, and the Northern Territory. Yet no state or territory has been spared. They flourish in fertile environments, swamps, riversides, and croplands, leaving behind a trail of devastation. They dig up soil, obliterate crops, and wreak havoc on irrigation systems. Each year, their destruction costs Australian farmers billions of dollars. But the danger doesn't end in the fields. Wild boars compete with native animals, prey on smaller species, and destabilize delicate ecosystems. Even worse, they act as carriers of deadly diseases, leptospirosis, anthrax, and swine flu, all of which can jump to livestock and even humans. Controlling them, therefore, is not just an agricultural battle. It is a matter of national biosecurity and public health. With their numbers spiraling out of control, many farmers have been forced to take matters into their own hands. Hunting is no longer sport, it is survival. If the animal collapses immediately, farmers cautiously approach to confirm death. But if it bolts, the pursuit begins, following blood trails through dense scrub, always wary, for a wounded boar can turn violent in an instant. Once downed, the carcass is handled carefully. Some are harvested for meat. Others, particularly in large-scale culls, are buried to prevent contamination of soil and waterways. Every step is a balance between necessity and safety. The battle against feral pigs in Australia is not a quick skirmish. It is a prolonged war. A war fought to protect agriculture, ecosystems, and human health. Hunting and trapping remain harsh but necessary tools in this struggle. And while the challenge grows with every new litter born in the wild, so too does the determination of those who stand guard over the land. Because for Australia, the war against wild boars is not just about saving crops, it's about safeguarding the future. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to join more live discussions and stories like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. The fight continues, and so will the story.